Arne Slot. La 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 la. Right, because it's the international break, get myself tucked in, and Greece have just battered England. We're going to be talking about something a little bit different, still football. The ball man himself, the egghead, some may call him, the second Pep, Arne Slot, because he's came into Liverpool and done some spectacular things. I mean, his only loss is to Nottingham Forest. Out of all the teams he's played, AC Milan, he's played, to be fair, after that, they haven't played that many good teams, but they've done a good job against all these teams. And Nottingham Forest was the one to thorn to him and put a thorn in his tactics and his unbeaten run. And he's started well, one of the best Liverpool managers with the record that he's had, etc., etc. We know all these things, and he says hopefully he's remembered for a little bit more than just the wins that he has amassed. Very informative there. Well done, Kieron. Yeah, cheers, mate. And what I wanted to say is how well he fits into the Liverpool role because of the way the players are used to playing under Klopp. His philosophy is actually so similar to Klopp's. Yes, there are slight changes, but the fact that they're slight, Liverpool players don't have to completely have a overhaul in the way they play. It's not like bloody Graham Potter. That's a bad example. Potter. It's not like Mourinho's came in and said, all right, guys, we're going to sit back, we're completely stripping away your play, forget everything, you're going to be flashed like the X. You know what I'm saying? It's okay. I still play this high-press football. I still play with these high-flying fullbacks, and I still look for them direct passing lanes to break the lines. We saw it when Van Dijk sprayed it over to Diaz. He can find that direct pass into midfield for then turn and bang and go straight at them. But he tweaks some positions so that the players positionally, anyone can sort of fit in that role. You see it, he does it with the fullbacks. You've got Robbo and Chimikas who can play. They don't bomb forward as much, I would say, on that left back role. He puts them almost a bit like Trent, how they're tucked in, and the way they play positionally sets traps for the opposition. Then he has it with Trent and Bradley. The front line is the front line. I mean, he's added Chiesa to it. That fluidity. The only one you really have in the same position is Salah, who can play striker, but you look, there's a lot of fluidity there. In the midfield, you've got Curtis Jones, Szoboszlai, Endo, McAllister, and Endo's really the holding one, but he has, as of recent time, has put Endo on the bench. He's played McAllister, Szoboszlai, Curtis Jones, and one of them was sitting a deeper role, but they can all rotate and all move, and all players almost have a second player who can do the job. With Trent, you got Bradley. With Robbo, you got Chimikas. The midfield, as I've just mentioned, the forward line, Núñez, Diaz, Gakpo, Chiesa, Salah. It's ridiculous. And the way he has started, even with goalkeeper now, they've had injuries to Alisson. Side note, Kelleher's in there. They have signed that. Where's he from? Valencia, is it? That guy who did really well in the Euros. I can't quite remember his name, and it's quite hard to spell. I don't want to butcher it. You know his name. The keeper, he's a big man, and they're trying to potentially pay compensation to get him in January. Who knows whether that happened? But they have a lot of backup areas, and that means that the way he plays is not affected based off one player. The only one who is going to be really hard to replace, or you still have world-class players within that system. Van Dijk, Salah, playing, but the way he plays at the moment, no team's really been able to figure him out. Yes, there was Forest and they did a good counter-attack, but it's very similar to Klopp's situation, or Klopp's philosophy. So the high press is always still there. The way the fullback plays, Trent especially, is pretty much still Trent. Trent can be in the right wing position though, and then someone will cover from his always cover, and whoever is in that position, even Trent could be in the right wing position. Salah would then know where to go. They all know where to go if someone else is in a position. So it's not based off the personnel almost, it's based off the way of who is in that position and who to cover, and they're so interlinked and intersynced. And this is what the very best do, that no one realistically has been able to cope with this. And I think the way he has came in and dealt with, the sadness of their holy man, Jurgen Klopp, leaving, and then coming and gone, bang, okay, this, and they've managed to carry on. It's credit to the players, but it's also credit to him and credit to the recruitment of Liverpool, because everyone was saying, hang on, you wanted Xabi Alonso, you wanted this person, and Arne Slot's come in and gone, fuck off, mate. Look at what I can do. And he's actually put a lot of respect on Klopp and said, he's laid the groundwork for me, which he has. But you do need to go and continue that work. There's a lot of managers that would have just absolutely capitulated, fell to their knees, and could have turned Liverpool into a shit show. But right now, they sit at the top of the table, which they deserve thoroughly. Could they be in the title race? The last time I said this, I was like, unsure. I think they can be. After seeing Rodri getting injured, Arsenal, I like Arsenal, but they do seem, especially in the last 2 games, in the Champions League as well, they have that ability to defend and be dogged and rigged and ragged and rigid and just be scruffy with it, but they can let it slip sometimes. Was it against Southampton? They did get the win in the end, but Southampton pushed them, and I feel like they have that, of always something about where people against us.
What did he say?
I've pretty much just waffled there and said jack shit. What I'm saying is Arsenal, I believe, do have that thorn with them when it's like, can they go all the way? Whereas Liverpool have the momentum at the moment, definitely. Man City do not. They've been shat on with the injury of Rodri, and Pep seems to always admit defeat, saying, listen, we ain't got Rodri. It's all over for us now. It's not. Yes, you will suffer, but you can still win games like they did on the weekend, even though it was hard. I just don't understand how... I do understand how it doesn't work. I just don't understand why the manager is specifically saying, if Rodri's gone there, we're fucked. Maybe he's just being honest with his fans. Fair enough. But, yes, I think the momentum is definitely with Liverpool. Arsenal could smell a little chance here that Rodri's gone. They'll obviously go in the market City in January, but Arne Slot is definitely up there, and I could definitely see Liverpool getting top 3. They're better than Spurs, better than United. All of them teams are just... some games good, some games bad. There's only 3 consistent teams realistically in this league at the moment. Maybe 4 if you count Villa, but Villa aren't in a title race, let's be honest. But back to Liverpool, I think they'll be ecstatic with the start. If you'd have asked them that they'll only lose 1 game within the start, they'd be up in the air and say, I'll snap your hand off realistically, because they did not know what this manager was going to bring them. And he's brought them love and he's brought them joy. And Jurgen Klopp's just got a job at Red Bull.
Running out of energy.
He loves the caffeine, but he's the head of development or recruitment there. That'll be crazy, because imagine if all these teams that are owned by Red Bull now, Leipzig, Salzburg, I believe they have one in some weird ass... They've got one in America. Then they have part own of... Is it Celtic? There's some random ass team in there who they part own. But imagine if in 5 years this conglomerate of teams all produce some amazing football, because that mastermind Klopp's been behind it. But it's a good new job for him. And I suppose Liverpool will be happy that he ain't gone to, some team that can affect them within their challenge. Sign the contract, Salah and Trent and Van Dijk. I don't know if he's out yet. I think it's M3. But Salah and Trent are the ones where it's like, who's going to be signing contracts? Salah seems to want to stay, or in his interview at least said that. We'll have to see how that goes. Trent, he's bum buddies with Jude, and he fucking loves Jude. Every time he's in England camp, he's messaging him. He'll be hitting him up saying, listen, come to Real Madrid, we've got the best team in the world, this and that. Trent always was like, I want to be this Scouse lad, follow Gerrard. So it would be a bit weird if he didn't, but yet again, Real Madrid, who have got some absolute world-class players, come call him. You might have to say hello. So, Arne Slot's tactics, there we go. He's an amazing manager, and what he has done in that Liverpool team is tremendous. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Please leave a like, subscribe.